Yeah. Eat everything. Ponytail fell down somewhere. Get all of the little. Okay, what's good? Good. Now, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here with me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come take a seat and chill with Sylvie. For a minute, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I haven't shaded in a while, probably because I don't have no new ones. But I don't mind recycling either. But I haven't shaded in a while. Well, I had not been live in a while. It had been 3 weeks. My last video was 3 weeks ago, prior to Monday night. But y'all, I have been here each day this week. I have been here. Haven't done this in a while either. They don't even got to be on. These are just readers, y'all. That's why y'all find me at any given point just taking off my glasses and not having them on. I don't got nothing to drink today but my wild towel. That is oils that I have. Welcome, you guys. Welcome, welcome. It is Sylvie 414, and I am Sylvie, your rough edge lady, bringing you some of that 414 balance in the middle. You feel me? I am glad that you all could come sit a spell with me. I hope y'all having a nice day. Hold up. Wait. Hold up. Nope. People don't like open closets. That's why people was having the whole time when she didn't have closet doors. Because that was a whole open closet all the time. I do really try to keep my closet doors open because that's what they're there for. So that you can close them. Welcome, y'all. I hope y'all have been having a good old day today. I have been having a good old day today. We just gonna continue a little bit about that number 127. Tomorrow and the next day, tomorrow and Friday, I'm gonna break down 127 as far as angel numbers. Because I don't just look them up in Strong's, but I make sure that that is where I always start, because as I stated, this is instruction that I believe that I was given, and I do my best to follow it to the T. And my instruction is not always going to sound, I'm just used to the things being on my face. I don't got nothing about the my instruction may not always sound like instruction that sounds like something that is supposed to come from the God. But you know, when I told Joel that I had loved all the times when God sends me confirmation of a thing, God had already sent confirmation of that thing. But I was discussing, and because it happened to me, I have no problem with discussing it. I don't call nobody name, nothing like that. But somebody said to me, you know, God wouldn't tell me to leave my place or my job. And that may be the story, your story, and it may be the story that you're sticking to. But when I made that statement to someone, and it was a whole man, in my head, if anybody was getting ready to knock me for that statement, it would be a whole man. Cause we're gonna talk about that man a little bit tonight. Cause me and him had conversations. That's my papers. That's my paper. That's my cousin. We had conversation. Good conversation. We always have good conversation when we get together. Um, but when I said that to him, like you gotta understand, if I was losing something, this is my thought process. If I was losing something, would I have not owed rent? I would have owed rent. I got a deposit back. And when I tell people the story of why I did not get my complete deposit back, they say my landlord was crazy. Not me. My landlord. I'm certain that my landlord ate my Twix and charged me for them because I left them in the refrigerator, in the freezer. They was enclosed in Twix packages. No dirt, no chocolate in the refrigerator. Just 4 little individual Twix from the dollar store that I really wanted. I wanted to eat them all. But couldn't, because I left them there. I'm certain that he ate them all. And then he charged me for leaving them in the freezer. That kind of stuff. When I believe that I hear the Most High, if it sounds like insanity to you, guess what? Once I made that move, it brought me here to a place where, like I said, we is tapping on 200's door, and I know where I need to be to get monetized. But I am believing that I'm going to be where I need to be to get monetized, because the Most High is telling me don't see what I see, don't hear what I hear. Follow me, my sheep. Know my voice. My sheep know my voice. My sheep know my voice. This is what my cousin said to me when I said to him, someone told me that the God would never tell them to leave their house and their job. My cousin said, well, they're going to miss out on a lot because they not going to be, and I'm not quoting him verbatim, but they're going to miss out on a lot because they're basically limited on what they hear. You control what you hear from God. Because how you know? Did you and God have a discussion where God said, baby, I ain't gonna never ask you to leave your place or your job? I know plenty of people that have said to me that they have left their job. So I'm hearing from God to step out on faith. Yeah. I know plenty of people. And maybe it was looked at differently because most people I know, and I said that to my cousin today, most people I know that did it, they had security. They had savings that they may have had. My girlfriend was not, God sat her down. And this is a chick that been working forever. God sat her down because I said, God might not want you to be working right now. I had business owners tell me don't work 2 jobs. Business owners tell me don't work 2 jobs. It's getting in the way of ministry. So I started spreading that word. I don't look the part though. Y'all know I'm really wrong. I'm supposed to be out there hustling and bustling to get that bag. So I can get my house and my car and all that stuff like that. Screw seek ye first the kingdom. I told my girlfriend, God said, remember God said, he don't want you to work right now. He wants you to be still. You been going, baby. You been going. You go get the bag. And I know you love God, but you go get the bag. She kept saying, okay, she was receiving it. But it's hard to undo what you used to do. It's hard to undo what you used to do. And so God got to love us so much Oh, I say you don't never know what God is going to do and how God is going to move. But if we steady saying what God ain't going to do, is that not boxing him? Aren't we supposed to take God outside of the box? How much more outside? You can go get more outside to give up your place in your job. You can. You can. Because I actually fought God that time. I tried to hold on to it, as my girlfriend did. Tried to hold on to it, that whole raise and everything. I can't tell God how to guide me. I can only decide if I am going to move when God says move. And trust that when God says move, God gonna handle it. As long as I'm obedient. Obedience is not easy. Sometimes we think sacrifice is the greatest thing, or sacrifice is what will hinder us. So we think we're sacrificing too much. That's what that statement came across to me. God would never tell me to leave my place or my job. That's too important to me for God to tell me to leave it. God would never ask me to sacrifice my place or my job. Well, God asked me to sacrifice my place and my job. And I was obedient to the request to make the sacrifice. Obedience is greater than sacrifice, because I did both. Because they I wouldn't have sacrificed anything, nor would I have been obedient. Nor do I believe that I would have been here. As I stated, I watch my analytics more so than I watch my likes and my views. And I know that you need likes and views. I'm looking up ways to put like, share, and subscribe, because I want y'all to like me, share me, and subscribe to me. It would be crazy for me not to. I'm here. But I check my analytics to see who is engaging and how I'm engaging, so I can know what I need to do, how I need to do it. I know that YouTube is a place where you got to be respectful, because the babies is up here. I have 13-year-olds on my platform. I have 13-year-olds following me. So I have to be able to trying to be nosy. Trying to allow myself to be distracted. I have to be able to bring the truth and still be as respectful as possible. I'm watching the YouTubers that I watch. Ask their subscribers and their followers to please be respectful in the chats, because people are losing their pages based on the people that they are here to support. Or people are being demonetized. If they don't lose their pages, they being demonetized because they asking for respect in the chat. And the masses, and you are adults, you can do what you want to. And Tasha K, I'll call Tasha K name out. She say what you want to in a respectful way, basically. That's what I taught my daughters. You can say anything in a respectful way. But people think it's okay to speak how they want to speak all the time. There's a time for sternness. That's what my cousin and I were talking about. There's a time for sternness. But there is also a time for compassion, because there's people out there that need compassion to be able to get through. I wholeheartedly know that this young lady's out there, whether it be the dress part of the modesty, as people want to put it on. It's like I said, to me, it's much less the way you dress than it is your character. I believe that if your character is out of place, once your character begins to get in line, I believe your character change your dress. And it's not to say that you're going to be dressed like an old hag. The golden prize be the name tonight. It's not to say you're going to be dressed like an old hag. Me and my cousin was talking about that today. My cousin, the wife. I was talking to my cousin, the wife, and my cousin, the husband. That's Felicia and Cody. It's me and Felicia was talking. It's never going backwards, sirs. It's never going backwards. The times are never going to go backwards. Do we want to reflect and understand that your character and your integrity is everything? So what is it that we need to do to understand how to move forward in bettering your character if you don't? Those are the things that we discuss over here. We discuss that you can have on a tent at some women. A whole tent. I have walked down the street in all kinds of apparel. It's rarely ever that you're going to see me in very, very revealing clothes. Am I going to wear leggings? Yes, I am. I'm going to wear leggings. Do at this point in my age, I try to make sure that they cover my butt. Yeah, I do. But I might not, because if I'm exercising, I'm going to say it again. If I got to say it on every day, go check out G1128 in Strong's. Plug it in Google like that. It's going to tell you straight out the Bibles. Exercise naked. It breaks it down to scantily clad. You know why I paid attention to scantily clad? Because that was one of my brother cousin's favorite phrases when we was young. She walking around. See, it's not new, ladies. You want a man to be how you want a man to be, but you don't want a man to have his wants. We were teenagers with my cousin, and she walking around all scantily clad. Yeah, like I said, if it's what you choose, if you are choosing wholeheartedly to walk around scantily clad, you have to understand that the men that are going to approach you are men that like scantily clad. Look at your celebrities. I mean, really look at them, because the masses like the celebrities. Look at the celebrities. Look at their wives. Now look at the ladies that they do what they do with. Two different ladies. Those is two different ladies. Every time, I ain't synced a time. I ain't synced a time. Master P, LL Cool J, Snoop Dogg. Let me think a spell. I might can think of some other people's. T.I. Never seen Tiny scantily clad. That's not who they wife. That's who they wifey, maybe. It's not who they wife, though. Might be who they boo up, boo up, boo up, boo up. It's not who they wife. The golden prize. Look, when me and Felicia was talking, and I talked about that jewel in the swine's nose. I talked about it on last night, I think. Yeah, last night. The jewel in the swine's nose is metal. Just suppose it is gold. How long is the jewel gonna look gold? Once the pig goes down in the mud once, it's gonna look like that metal one that they decided they're gonna put in their empty way, because it's not gonna look any different once it goes down in the mud. You're the gold jewel, baby. If your outside is fair, you choose what fair is. You allow society to choose what fair is. Hard pill to swallow, but you choose what fair is. The study said it to me. I like when I get back to the study said it. So if you are fair on the outside, you have outer beauty. And then you act ugly on the inside. No bueno. And I'm going to do you one better. Because I said this last night too. I tend to think that when things are said to me twice as important, I'm going to do you one better. I do not believe that the Most High gives leeway just because you believe that you're not fair. Because the Most High never said that society's version of beautiful is what beautiful was. Society said that. We must find that place of beauty. When I broke down to Felicia why there was a time when I thought Whoopi Goldberg and Cicely Tyson were not beautiful women, her jaw dropped. In understanding, which is all that we're calling you, like all that the Most High is calling us to, understanding. You don't gotta agree, just gotta understand. Or attempt to, because God asks. Understanding breeds an open mind. An open mind does not mean you gotta recognize when foolishness is foolishness. Michael Todd, had tried to be on your side, Michael Todd. What was that resurrection service? What was it? What was it? When is too much enough? Is that the way that you get the people outside that I said ain't gonna never come in the church? Because I said it's a remnant that ain't gonna never come in that church building. That's why you're supposed to be out there, not religioning them, compassioning and loving on them. I do not believe that the Jesus the Christ walked around religioning the folks all day. When they brought that woman to him that had committed adultery, he got on them. But we always want to get on the people. Do we not know that sometimes the people know what they're going through? They know that they're not doing right. And God, they know all of this. Do God want to step up to the plate? I promise you I ain't condoning. I'm just saying a soft answer turns away wrath, and anybody that does not want to give a soft answer is going to rationalize that verse. Cody said that it goes in one ear and out the other when you talk to people soft. I said, so does hard. That's why you have to come somewhere and find balance. Balance. So does hard. Inevitably, if someone's going to listen, they're going to listen. But I say often that the Most High, I had to come to a place where the Most High said to me, you're going to take it. Mature to me. You know that those verses about milk and then meat. Some of us are on milk. At some point, babies have to start getting on other food that leads them to solid. When God starts putting you on that solid food, you got to take some things like a G. Guess what? I ain't always like for things to be told to me hard either. Why? Because I said things hard. Probably a little bit of a disher that didn't want to take. So God said, you don't like it? Stop being so hard. God didn't say harden up, because God knows for the most part I could take things. My thing was when somebody delivers that thing to you like that, and I'm the person that I know, you really don't have to tell me nothing. So when you delivering to me something that I already know about myself, somewhere that I struggle, and you bring it to me, see how my face is? It just does that because it's still learning. It's still learning how to put shit down. He said put shit down. So I gotta push it down, Lord. You say push it down, so she better push it down. But my face still be telling the story sometimes. That's all I be saying. Woo, baby. That's all. Cody said, what's the solution? I said, God said to me, a soft answer turns away wrath. Learn how to show some compassion and learn how to not allow your buttons to be pushed. And I come up here and I speak. And I take it with me everywhere I go. And I try to use it with me everywhere I go. And God knows I mince no words. I am not never going to not tell the truth. I am just learning how to say it in a different way. Because God showed me somebody that can say it in a different way. Because I'm the greatest example of it doesn't go in one ear and out the other. When you just don't want something delivered to you hard, but God had to show me you would be a hard to come. I don't want anybody delivering you hard. Jesus Christ. The golden prize is the integrity. I mean, I'm talking over the years because we're following fickle trends to be who or what. Unless you're doing, if you are not being modest because you just don't want to be, bam. You are not being modest because you don't understand what modesty is all about. Baby, let's talk the golden prize. You are it. You are it. Tag. You are it. Look, we talked about you not being able to just choose what you want in somebody and then have no regard for what that person wants. And Cody talked about it from a man's, what a man wants in a woman, and I understood it from that part, because as I stated yesterday, that word, that husband word, does not mean married man, it means master of the house. If that's not how you believe or what you believe, then you more than welcome to go find a house to master. But there's a difference between men and women. There's a role that they play. And it is a very much recent thing that women just went out and just started hollering independence, 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 and there is nothing wrong with that. We spoke about that as well. It's a demographic of people that believe that you are just solely supposed to raise your daughters to go out here and get married. But I never hear people talking about raising their sons to be proper husbands. No, I don't really hear that. But you're telling women to raise their daughters to go out and get married. You're telling women we can do single mother stats, and that's not, we have single mothers across the board. It's probably hard for a single mother, unless you were a married mother and you lost your husband or you became divorced. It's probably hard for you to teach a daughter how to be married, and you can't teach your son. So where would the dad of that son be to teach him how to be a proper husband? Because if I'm not going to cap for women, but am going to come out here and speak to women sternly, dear hearts, never for once think that I'm going to cap for y'all either. I'm going to love y'all dearly all the time. But I've been saying all day, all week, a sanctified wife sanctifies her husband. If it's for the betterment, but your mind won't even let you listen to a woman because a woman is there as your property. Sounds a little colonialistic in thought process. Would you say? A lot of the things that Cody spoke about men looking for in women were a lot of the things that I'm hearing men say in different arenas. Regardless of how Ringo TV may feel about Kevin Samuels, they had some of the same views. His problem with Kevin Samuels is that Kevin Samuels monetized off of other people's stuff. So maybe Kevin had some of his views. And that he wasn't a family man because he lived different than he spoke. I remember when I had did that, the clock can be right twice a day. The clock is right twice a day. And I can't even call him the clock. I'm gonna go ahead on and throw him in, take the meat and leave the bones. Because a lot of men are talking the same way, so do we negate how men feel, ladies? Do we negate how they feel? And just pearly right quick. So I watched the podcast, so we know it's not a white thing and a black thing and a racist thing. I watched the podcast that said the white man is not feeling just pearly. That's the wrong mindset. Her friend says she don't even believe how she's sitting up here. Like, why get through on lies? Because they make you money? First shall be last. So, right now this is obedience. It's always been obedience. But at this point, we're going somewhere, y'all. We're going somewhere. There's not for no reason. The Most High said, come high, come live every day. And I don't believe that the Most High believes on the weekend. I believe I am the weekend though. Come live every day. Something to talk about. It's bigger fish to fry. There is mammoth meat out there. There are farms that are being run by corporations out there. There are bank shutdowns out there. There is a dollar that has been losing its value. I think it's in a red zone at this point. There is McDonald's that have positively no employees in it. Only AI. I'll say it again. When they brought self-checkout into the grocery stores, I said this is not a good idea. It's going to put people out of jobs. Welcome to a day where McDonald's, what you gonna do when you complain? You was complaining about the workers in McDonald's. I was manager at McDonald's and everybody kept coming in after COVID talking about, so they need to hire people, And I said, well, why don't y'all go online and fill out an application? Because people's children work at McDonald's. So they rule their houses and they're gonna say whether their children can come to McDonald's or not. During COVID. All McDonald's got their different design. gotta look within first. Not even gonna be able to wrap your brain around. I watched a podcast. I can't even say what that young lady said that she wanted to do to herself based off of the things that she said she was hearing going on. Yo, Steve, that's past it. It's past it. Y'all, I love you. I love you. I really do. God know I love people. But I don't have to know people to love people. God know I love people. God know that I do not condone wrong. But God also knows that I allow people to be people at this point because I have attempted to interject. All that I'm even going to do is tell you what God tell me. Talk about me. Talk about balance. And just throw it out there if you want to catch it. I love y'all. Sylvia is out. Facebook, I'm going to cut it up for y'all.